Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. And as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be giving my commentary on the most recent Messy Monday show starring Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly. Of course, they recap the most recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Dr. Heavenly, misinforming herself as usual, she decided to really emphasize that Melody knew of the cheating. Melody knew of the cheating. But as much as she is a quote unquote relationship expert, I'm surprised that she was not also acknowledging the fact that Melody was giving Martell some time to get his ish together, and he just didn't do it. And like the 90s R&B group Jade sang, 5, 4, 3, 2, your time is up, okay? And Melody gave Martell the deuce deuce. So we're gonna get into it all. There are a few sound bites that I want to talk about. Now, before we do, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. Then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who love discussing the various topics that come about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would definitely love to have you as one of the showstoppers. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these sound bites are allowed. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. In this first sound bite that I want to give commentary on, Dr. Heavenly is talking about, Destiny ultimately having to choose between Martell and Melody. And, this is her first, whenever it comes to the Messy Monday shows and they always want to put out a subliminal about Melody, it's always said, repeatedly, quite a few times. They're trying to make it stick on the wall like pasta. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play this sound bite and then come back with my commentary.
You knew the longest. I just did it because I know this person for 10 years and I just met this person. I don't know this person that well. I made that choice. But for her, it made me more difficult. But she going to have to choose. It's going to be very difficult for her to keep a relationship with her and Martell at the same time and go visit the kids with the baby mama over there. I'm going to say baby mama. You trying to be politically correct and say the child's but baby mama over there. Respect to Melody and the man, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is that everybody's saying it. Melody saying all this, but Melody knew that man was cheating. Like when she said respectfully cheating, I don't know what happened in the conversations or whatever, but Melody dealt with that shit far too long, and that's what Destiny's talking about. She said that she knew that man was cheating with that woman for how long? They broke up. He called her a peasant, and then he got back with her and had a baby. Am I lying?
No, I'm listening. Go ahead, yeah.
And then they broke up, and then he called up peasant. He was trying to work it out with his wife, and then COVID happened, and the gym was open again, and even though the gym was closed, am I fucking it up? Y'all be saying I don't want to.
You're actually, look, now this you're quite with. You actually got the top line correct.
All I'm saying about it is it don't fly well with Melody, and it never will. And you can't be Martell's friend if you're Melody's friend. It's too much pain, too much hurt, too much has happened, and it's a reminder. It's a reminder. That's just like almost like, if you got like to me, if you got a tumultuous relationship and then y'all had a kid and like the new kids, it's difficult for me to bring my kid over to the new woman house because I always think she's gonna mistreat her because she's in pain. Everybody not Viola Davis in Fences. They can't do it and take the baby in. It's gonna be some kind of animosity towards the child. This friendship can never happen. They can be cordial. Now, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna take it back, Dr. Shanetta. I'm sorry, but when Tisha.
Okay, so they were getting into Dr. Shanita very briefly. She was sticking up for Tisha, saying that when Tisha said she can be around people that she does not like, she was being an adult. And Dr. Heavenly said that she does that all the time on Married to Medicine. But for those of you who may not have seen the movie Fences, starring Denzel Washington and Viola Davis, Fences is a film about a family. Denzel and Viola are married. Denzel is cheating on this big-legged woman. He would talk about the voluptuousness of the mistress to his coworker. They were trash collectors. And Denzel not only cheated on his wife, but he produced a baby. And the woman actually passes away during childbirth. So Denzel Washington comes home and tells Viola Davis, I have a baby and the mama dead and you got to take care of it, you know? So Viola Davis, she not only has to endure being disrespected and brokenhearted in her marriage, but she chose to stay in the marriage. Then she gets a new baby. Mind you, their son, he's old enough to go to college because that was another issue in the household. Denzel Washington lacked hope, basing it off of his own life, that his son could really get a baseball scholarship, go to college, finish college, get a degree, and then work after that, or go into the professional leagues. He had no hope for a very bright future, and he was projecting his negative energy onto their son. But Viola Davis was pretty much about to have a child enter young adulthood, and now she becomes a mom all over again to a side baby. Okay, and then the movie, it pretty much goes like 10 years later. The little girl is calling her mama, and they're preparing to go to Denzel's character's funeral. But yeah, everybody is not like Viola Davis's character in Fences, baby, okay? And she was saying, I feel like her saying that Destiny had to choose between Martell and Melody, that had absolutely nothing to do with her trying to say that Melody knew of the cheating. She knew of it. Like, what is your point? And I want to say that, Carlos is going to elaborate on this. I'm going to play that soundbite as well. Like, this is really more of a unique situation where the couple divorces and they are working together. I'm sure for those of you who go to a church home, you know of couples that have divorced, and typically at least one of those former married persons, they leave the church. And church is just a place where you kick it at least once a week. If you go to Wednesday night Bible study, or if it's on another night, of course, that's 2 nights a week. If you're very involved in different groups, then you might be there several days a week after you get off of work in the evenings. But even just for that time, that little time, married people, when they divorce, at least one of them will leave the church. I've seen it several times over. And so I've only known one couple where they stayed under the roof for a while, and they pretty much, brought their marital issues to the church during church meetings, during Wednesday night Bible study. Yeah, quite interesting. That is not the norm at all. So for not only to have to work with your spouse, but then you're working with someone who used to be a mutual friend to both spouses. Yeah, Destiny, she chose Martell. But no telling if Martell to spray her with her own ish and embarrass her, or if he promised any sort of other benefits by choosing his side. And then I think also it's just a classic case of jealousy, and they're going to choose Martell because of the player hating on Melody. But that was Dr. Heavenly saying that ultimately Destiny had to choose. Now, here's another reference where another instance where they bring up, Melody knew. So Carlos brings up, Kimmy always saying, but Martell's a good guy. He's a good guy. And he wanted to get Dr. Heavenly's opinion if he felt like the women failed Melody in supporting her through her divorce. And this is what Dr. Heavenly had to say.
You have 4 kids by him, and then all of a sudden dealing with the infidelity, and then dealing with him having a child with this woman. Do you feel like they failed her as friends, and she's hurt by that?
Now, that's the tricky question. Now, y'all know I love Melody. Melody is a Scorpio, and she's a woman after my own heart. The problem lies is that they have all been friends, from my understanding, for years, right? Yes. Melody was with this man when he was hoeing and with the girl and got back with him. You see what I'm saying? So at this time, they all still been friends, right? And that was accepted then. Now that she's finished with Martell, she want everybody to be finished with him. You knew what he was. They all knew what he was. So now that you finished, you want everybody else to be finished? If it had happened differently and she found out he was cheating and she cut it off then, it might be a different situation, maybe not. But based on the history, this is just my thought. I'm saying, I understand how Melody feels, and I'm 100% with her, and I would feel like she does. But for the other people, they feeling like, I've been knowing Martell for years. Y'all been knowing he was a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's done the ultimate, are we supposed to choose you over Martell when we knew him longer, and you accepted the infidelity for years?
I will say this. I think it's one of those things where, is there a expectation when it comes to, as a woman, if you dealt with this, I'm going to stand up for you, and I'm going to, despite you, because the thing is this, I wouldn't say the word accept, because, and this is my opinion, right? I wouldn't say the word accept because at the end of the day, you're married. And I think when you marry, you really try hard to make the marriage work. I don't think she necessarily accepted it. I think they were trying to make it work. I think Martell was pleading with her, I'm going to change. I'm going to do right. And as any woman, you want to believe your husband.
I agree with you there the first 3 months, the first two years. But when it comes to 5 years, am I making something up? They were together 5 years. Y'all said he was cheating for 5 years. They were together like 8 or 10, right? They said he had an on and off relationship for 5 years. Is that not true?
Yes.
I feel Melody, and I would feel exactly like Melody does. But from standing from the outside, I can see how they feel the way they do too. Like I say, it's 3 sides to every story. Trust me, in my heart, I feel Melody. I feel like I would feel the same way. But for these people, it's very difficult for them to sever a relationship with Martell when they were friends first and they knew it. And you could say accepted it, you call it what you want to. It happened and it was allowed. It was allowed because it could have been stopped. And it went through for 5 years, and now on year 8 or 6 when you decide to leave because he had a baby. I don't know. You don't ask me. I feel Melody. I do. I love Melody. I like Melody. She's a good person. I feel it. But the people, they was in it the whole time. So how can they have just hard feelings when it was allowed for 5 years? That's
the thing is this.
So when he says the thing is this, he's going to clear up for Dr. Heavenly because she's way off. You know, like she's way off. In my opinion, on her opinion, it's not based off of anything factual. So she's almost talking as if Melody and Martell are still married when she says numbers like 8 and 10, because it's been about 10 years since Martell and Coleslaw first met at the mutual friend's house, at the cookout in the backyard, whatever. That was around 2014, 2015. When Melody found out about the affair, it's about 2017. She gives him like 2.5 years to get his ish together, and he never did, including the pandemic. You're still dipping out to go see her. April 2020, Melody left him and filed for divorce. And I believe by the time it was finalized, we may have been in the new year of 2021. And it's just 2024. So Dr. Heavenly is way off with her years and her timeline. I'm not sure if she's on dog years or what. And, you know, she's also painting this picture as if Martell had this roses and butterflies friendship with the cast. We all can go back to seasons 1 and 2. Martell would drag them, okay? It was always Melody trying to keep the peace between them and the Scotts. Martell, he was either not speaking to them or threatening to whoop their behinds, okay? he would talk about Wanda to Marceau and them. We all know about the infamous comment, you talk about me cheating when you had 20 girls. And, it was like a lot of tension. The kids wanted to hang out at their birthday parties. Martell, he didn't even want that. Melody had to say, like, no, I'm going to invite them. These are children. He was hella petty. But Dr. Heavenly doesn't know that history because she has not faithfully watched the show, but Carlos has chosen her to do the reviews with him. So she's way off in her judgment, but that was her take on it, that the cast, Melody should not expect them to just cut Martell off when they were friends with him first and she knew of the cheating. And again, she's trying to combine two very different variables that are independent of each other. When Melody found out of the betrayal and Melody trying to be forgiving and merciful towards her husband and try to give him the opportunity to stop cheating, that is totally separate and independent of the friends or the cast choosing to remain friends with Martell. I don't know how she's trying to combine the two. I think she's just trying to do that to press this week's narrative, where they're trying to hypnotize everyone with Melody knew of the cheating. Melody knew of the cheating. So then they talk about Melody having to work with Martell. And definitely, I could not see myself having to do this because not only is he a straight up ninja, but it's just not your most normal thing to do that you would have to do is to work with your ex. So this is mainly coming from Carlos King. So I'm going to go ahead and play this soundbite and come back with my commentary.
I think the reason why a lot of people have many strong opinions about that entire situation is because a lot of people got hurt, a lot of people are affected, right, in this situation because it happened. And I think the audience and you and I too, we look at it like, what would we have done in that situation? And that's why for me, I'm always curious is there a right or wrong answer? And that's just something I don't know. I don't have married friends. So I just don't know.
I'm a woman and I know how women think. We don't play by ours. And no matter, I've learned this as of late. If you're married to somebody, man or woman, you do not want to be in that room with them with somebody else. Even if you're done with them, you over with them, you don't care anymore. It must be hurtful to see your ex-husband or ex-wife with someone else. It got to be. And I never really thought about it because I've been with my man 30 years. I would never even think in my mind of him being with another woman. But I think I would be very unreasonable, even if, you know what I'm saying, knock on wood, I would fight the bitch on side. I'm not gonna hold my feelings back because we're not married no more. I don't give a damn. My whole thing is maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not gonna try to play the high road. I'm not. And I might not want him no more, but damn it, you're not gonna bring no other bitch in front of me. You're not. That's just me. Pray for me, okay? I'm feeling Melody 1,000%. Melody right, but I'm saying it's 2-3 sides to every story. Destiny not a bad girl. I do not believe she meant to hurt Melody in any way. It's just a fucked up situation all the way around. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think it is, and that's why. Listen, I always tell people you can't judge no one in this situation because it's such an unfortunate situation where it's hard to digest. It really is.
It ain't gonna be,
Yeah. One thing that Kimmy said, and I'll move on to Love and Marriage Detroit episode.
Okay.
One thing that Kimmy said is it's one thing to divorce someone, but to divorce them and work with them takes a lot. Like, it's one thing that we're divorced. I still gotta work with you and see you at my job. I gotta see you at work. And Kimmy even said that she said this is my interview with her too. She said I give Melody so much props because I don't know how she does it. Kimmy said, my son's dad, my baby daddy, I'm saying baby daddy to make it, her son's father, she said, I couldn't imagine working with him every day. It's a lot. And I also think a lot of people don't understand that either. Like, imagine going to work every day. Like, it has to be difficult. That's why, I always say people need to offer a little bit more grace.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, that's where I missed it. Because honestly, when you say that, it makes me think of Quad. That she.
So, Dr. Heavenly, she's definitely a master at like being nice, nasty. Remember that song by Michelle? Sometimes they call me nice. You think I'm nasty, but if you really want to know, just ask me and I'll say I'm nasty. That is Dr. Heavenly. She is nasty, okay? Because it's funny. She doesn't really want to give Melody any grace for having to work with a ninja like Martell, who is her ex-husband, threatened her with revenge P, gets mad when she just wants to talk with him outside. No, you cannot come inside my house. Then he pulls off from that beautiful neighborhood, turns around, comes back, blowing the horn. That's embarrassing. All of that ish. And plus, she's working with him on a reality TV show. And Dr. Heavenly was like, yeah, I miss that because it makes me think of Quad. Now you have empathy towards Quad. Okay. But, Carlos had to point that out that Melody has to work with Martell. I don't know if he is trying to be a little nicer because I imagine soon enough that they will be filming the reunion. And so, he does not want that tension between he and Melody. I've been thinking about the reunion a lot, y'all. These past few weeks, I've been thinking about it so much. Like, is there going to be a segment where it's just Melody and Carlos? Are they going to have a segment where they talk? And, is there some things that, let Melody get some things off of her chest? Is there any questions that she has that she needs him to clarify? Does he feel like he owes her an apology or needs to clarify some things? Like, are we going to see a sit down, just the two of them? Because I feel like if things do not get clarified, straightened out, things need to improve. Like, I just don't know what's going to happen with the future of this show. So I feel like a segment with the two of them, that is definitely needed. And then a serious talk off camera for sure is needed. Because I feel like he was trying to show her empathy in this Messy Monday show. So, as much as I've seen him do in a very long time or ever. And Dr. Heavenly, because she kept saying she knew of the cheating, she knew, she was accepting it, then it allowed him to clarify that and give more facts, almost like he was like showing some empathy towards Melody. Hopefully it was sincere, but I'm guessing they are getting very close to filming the reunion, and he does not want that extreme high tension. Well, what did you all think of the Messy Monday show? I definitely saw a lot of y'all in the chat. Y'all definitely had Melody's back. I was trying to take notes and listen. I do want to also mention in the beginning, when they were talking about the women being on the beach, Dr. Heavenly said, oh, it was so nice to see Melody flirting with a man because typically you always see her by herself. And when I saw her flirting with a man, a smile did cross my face. I'm paraphrasing. But oh my gosh, Dr. Heavenly, if she went to St. Thomas and she kicked it by herself, just her and the island people at a distance, that would be okay too. I can't stand the pick me mindset where your identity is rooted in whether or not there is a man present, and a man present in a romantic form or flirty form. So I just always want speak out against that, because you don't want women settling or putting up with bullshit in the name of having a man around. And that's what is so dangerous about a lot of Dr. Heavenly's opinions and narratives that she will put out about romantic relationships and women. But I thank you all so much for checking out this video. I always appreciate the support, each and every one of y'all. Thank you. Please hit the like button on this video, as it is a free way of supporting the channel. And please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. I hope that you had a magnificent Monday. Mine was great. I cannot complain. I was off today, so I got my exercise done early. The sun was out. It was beautiful weather. So I love being outside, especially when the sun is out and I can just enjoy this warm weather for, you know, these last few 3, 4, 5 weeks that we have left of it. And I got my content done, and I think there may be some more out there, but I hope that you all had a great day. If your Monday was rough, if you had a manic Monday, I'm sorry to hear that, but don't let the anxiety take over. Tuesday will be better. It will be a terrific Tuesday. Position yourself to have a smooth morning. Try not to snooze the alarm so you don't have to rush. I know that bed feels oh so warm in the morning, but if you can like not snooze, just get on up. You'll have ample time where you can like enjoy breakfast, maybe say your affirmations or say a prayer before you start work. And then that just really helps to center you and set the tone for your day. And I will talk with you all very soon. Bye.